All right, everybody, welcome back. You're joining us for another deep dive, and this time,
Ooh, this one is interesting.
it is. This time we're looking at a press release.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's for a musician named Julian Evans.
Okay.
So press releases, like, it's how artists and companies, they kind of like put their best foot forward, tell the world, this is us, this is what we're about.
Yeah, it's like their highlight reel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can actually learn a lot about somebody just from,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
how they present themselves in a press release.
Absolutely. Like what they choose to focus on tells you a lot about their priorities and, what they want people to know about them.
Yeah. So this press release for Julian Evans starts off with, pretty bold statement. 20 plus years of piano experience.
Okay, so right off the bat, they're emphasizing his experience and establishing him as a pianist.
Right. Like, oh, wow, this guy's been doing this for a while.
Definitely.
He must be good, right?
Yeah, you get that sense of like, oh, this is someone who's really dedicated their life to music.
Totally. But then it gets interesting because
Yeah.
he goes on to say that he just started composing and songwriting,
Oh, wow.
like this year.
So 20 plus years of piano, but only just starting to write his own music.
Yeah.
Huh. That is interesting.
Like, what was he doing all that time?
Yeah, you gotta wonder, right?
It's not the typical path.
Not really, no. Most musicians, especially composers, they start writing music pretty early on. So to wait 20 years before diving into that side of things it's unusual.
Yeah, it really makes you think, like,
He was building up to something.
yeah, like maybe he was, I don't know, maybe he was really focused on, like, mastering
Technique.
yeah.
Or maybe he was playing for other people, like a session musician or something.
Or maybe he just spent, like, years and years.
Exploring.
Yeah, exploring different genres, like finding his sound.
Finding his voice, exactly. Like, he needed all that time to absorb all these different influences before he could really create something that felt truly his own.
Yeah, and then the press release goes on to list all these genres that he's kind of experimenting with.
Like what?
Like, it says easy listening, cinematic,
Ooh, cinematic. Nice.
EDM, vocal pop.
Wow, that's a pretty wide range.
It is.
It's not very often you see a composer who's comfortable in so many different styles.
Right. And it makes you think about, like, the kind of audience he's trying to reach.
For sure. Like, someone who enjoys easy listening might not necessarily be into EDM.
Yeah, totally different vibes.
Right. So to be able to create music that appeals to all those different tastes is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it really speaks to, like, his versatility.
Oh, absolutely. Like, this isn't just someone who's found one sound and is sticking to it, know?
Right.
This is someone who's constantly pushing boundaries and experimenting.
And then there's this quote
Okay.
that says, music possesses the ability to transcend time and space.
That's a pretty profound statement.
It is. What do you think he means by that?
I think it speaks to the power of music to connect with people on a really deep level. Like a good song can transport you back to a specific memory or make you feel a certain emotion no matter who you are or where you come from.
Oh, yeah. Music is definitely like a universal language.
Exactly. And I think
Mhm.
Julian Evans is trying to tap into that,
Yeah.
He wants his music to transcend those boundaries and speak to something deeper within us.
Yeah. And what's also interesting is that he's very open about his faith.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He mentions in the press release how he sees his musical talent as like a gift
Oh, wow.
from a higher power.
Interesting. So faith plays a significant role in his life then.
It seems that way.
And it makes you wonder, how that might influence his music.
Yeah, totally. Like maybe his beliefs inspire some of the themes he explores.
Or maybe it's more about the overall tone and feeling of his
Yeah.
music, Like maybe there's a sense of hope or spirituality that comes through.
It's definitely something to listen for when you're checking out his work.
For sure. For sure.
Because, of course, he ends the press release
Okay.
with, all the links to his social media.
Of course. Got to get that promotion in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like any good artist these days, you gotta
Hustle.
You gotta build that online presence, connect with your fans.
Engage with the audience.
Exactly.
It's all part of being a musician in the digital age.
Exactly.
It's not enough to just be talented anymore.
Right.
You got to be a savvy entrepreneur, too.
So Julian Evans, he's been playing piano for over 20 years.
Yeah.
But he's just now starting to,
Put himself out there.
put himself out there, release his own music, and it just goes to show you that
It's never too late.
it's never too late. Maybe you've been thinking about pursuing some kind of creative passion, and you've been putting it off.
Yeah.
But Julian Evans' story is a great reminder that,
It's always worth a shot.
yeah, like it's never too late to chase those dreams.
Yeah.
So I encourage everybody, go check out Julian Evans' music.
Yeah, see what speaks to you.
Yeah, see what resonates with you, see if his story inspires you.
It's a good reminder that everyone's creative journey is different.
And it's never too late to start yours.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe your greatest masterpiece is still ahead of you.
Ooh, I like that.
Food for thought.
Food for thought. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of Julian Evans. See you next time.
See you now.